Hi, and welcome back to Share Your Truth. We will be discussing dreams and visions. I'm Bridget Marie.
I'm Raquel.
I'm Anjanette, also known as EJ.
I'm Jasmine.
I'm Triana.
I'm Mika Means.
Candice Nichols.
And dreams and visions. To talk about dreams and visions is something that's like super, I feel is important, because sometimes we have visions and we just let those visions sit forever and ever and ever, and we never act on them. Even dreams, like dreams and visions kind of the same to me. Like, I could have a dream, but then to me, I feel like if I don't put it into a vision form or put it on paper, I'm big on like paper visions and stuff like that. So dreaming, I feel like you dream it, but you have to take steps to accomplish those dreams. You're going to continue to dream if you don't take steps to make it happen. And sometimes our dreams be so big and so scary to where we don't want to act on them, or we feel like we too small for the big dreams that we dream of, or the visions that God instill in us. And it's crazy that we having this, because I woke up this morning with a vision, right? It wasn't a dream, it was a vision that was given to me. And I feel like I'm too small for it. Like, I feel like the vision that was given to me, I feel like it would take off, but I feel like I'm too small to make it happen. So I feel like I need other people to back me up to accomplish this vision, but sometimes it's not other people's vision. So how do you have your vision, the vision that was brought to you, how do you bring people on when you feel that you're not big enough?
That's crazy because that's Share Your Truth. Think about how big, to me, this is big. Share Your Truth is big because we reaching people outside of our natural people that we'll reach on an everyday basis. Right? The people who you reach, I don't know. Right. But they're watching because of you, right? So when God gave me the vision for Share Your Truth, it was in 2015, and I only had 5 people. It was me, Kels, Trey, and Candice, and Takoya, right? And then 3 years went by. I didn't know you in 2015. I didn't know Jasmine in 2015. I did. Yes.
Yes, you did. Yes, because that's when I was pregnant with Aaron, and I stopped coming to Connect Group because.
Oh, I had met you, but I didn't know you. Remember? I didn't know you.
Yeah.
I met you though, right?
Like,
and so, right. Know you. Like, have a relationship with you.
Got you.
And so then God gave me Anjanette. Then he gave me Mika, and then he gave me Jasmine last. So, but it took 3 years. But not to say that I didn't feel that the vision was too big for me, because I really do feel like God is going to qualify whoever he calls. He don't call the qualified. He qualifies whoever he calls. So when he gave me the vision, I'm like, I don't know how, y'all didn't know each other. I don't know how it's going to come all full circle. But when we sit and we take, it's like we knew each other forever. Right. So that's how you got to think of it. Like, if God gave me this vision, it's going to be according to his plan. But then you got to take the steps come. So it's like, okay, I'm telling you, don't tell these people what your vision is, but you could tell these people. And that's how I was. He told me, like, you could tell certain people, but not everybody, because they might be mad that you didn't call it. Some people was coming up to me like, why you didn't pick me
for the show?
Yeah. And I'm like, because God didn't give me you. Right. If God gave me you, I would have picked you. Right. So it's like, so that's really, you have got to line it up the way that he tell you to line it up, and don't divert at all.
Right. And then sometimes you have to sit and just kind of be still with it, because like this vision that he gave me could be stolen.
Right.
Somebody else, if I give my vision that he gave me to somebody else that could make it happen like that, it will most definitely happen.
They can't steal it though, because if he gave it to you and it's for you, they can try to replicate it, but it's not going to be what he gave to you.
It wouldn't be as
because it's yours. You may think it.
Yeah, but you may think once somebody do it, or once somebody, the vision is out there that you had, and somebody steal it, you feel like, well, I don't even want to do it no more.
You could feel that way, but it's like, because he gave you that dream and that vision, he gonna make it happen better than what that person that may have stole it. They thinking like, oh, I stole this from her, and I'm about to do this, and I'm about to be on, or whatever the case may be. It will not be as prosperous.
Think about like, just for example, example, like think about Uber, for example, and then Lyft came out,
Right.
And then I mean,
But
Uber
before all that was taxi.
was taxi. So think about how. But I'm saying,
The original OG.
it could always be that somebody else is doing something very similar, but it's very different.
Right.
Yours gonna be
Yours is
booming.
what God
Yes,
is gonna
God
give
gave
you.
it to you. Yes.
But sometimes I also feel like that, you know, you could be given visions, but those visions is not for you to accomplish.
That's true, because
Or
sometimes
it's
he
given
gives it
to
to you to give to
somebody
somebody
else.
else.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that may be what it is. And me, I'm a person who think of things like businesses. I am one of those people. Like I come up with your business name quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people.
She showed
But
me, I'll be like, I need a name.
yeah, she'll call me. I need a name for something. What you trying to go off of? And then I literally could do that. So a lot of visions that come to me, I feel like are not for me to accomplish.
But that's
Who are
something
they
you can ask him.
Who are they for then? For
They
you to tell somebody? Cause
yeah.
for you. So do you tell people?
Well, this one I'm trying to hold on for myself. This one I'm trying to accomplish. Like I want to be a part of this.
Do you think that?
I don't want to have to be. I don't want to be the person that's in the front eye of it, that's known for it. But I do want to be. I do want to be a part of this vision that was given to me.
Well, what you have to do is really ask God to send you the person who will be that forefront. And because when he sends you that person, that right person, they not going to push you out. They not going to try to do nothing scandalous. And you got to pray on that and ask God to do that. And also, I think with our visions too, we got to also understand that a lot of times, I know for me, I don't know if this is for everybody, but when God gives me a vision, he shows me the ending.
That part.
And my thing is, I be thinking that that's the beginning. I be trying to get to that. Like, okay, I see that. Like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And he like, hold on. I showed you where you going, but these are the steps you gotta take to get there. And I need you to walk through
He
these
show you the
steps.
end at the beginning. That's why she know what it is. That's why why it's so big to her.
So when you say the end at the beginning, like what
what that mean?
would that look? Cause
He shows you the whole
finished picture.
Yes,
The finished
picture.
Yeah, because I got the finished picture.
okay,
But that's what he do.
And so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
so the
Pray to
finished
ask
picture
for that.
is like
That's the vision.
for it to be actually happening. Like okay, not the steps that you took to get there, but you just see like that finished picture.
Yeah, like with Share Your Truth. I seen a panel of 8 people.
Got you.
He showed me it's gonna be 8 people, and I tried to divert it to be 7. I said my favorite number is 7. He said I didn't say 7. I said 8. And so I'm like, okay. And then but he
At
showed
that
me.
time, did he already give you Mika as the 7th person?
He didn't know.
Oh, okay.
He just I only had 5.
Okay.
So now I'm waiting for him to show me the rest of it. But he said it's a panel, it's women, and it's gonna reach women. And then he gave me the topics.
Got you.
So all that stuff it wasn't like, oh, he just gave me the topics first and then he gave me all the women. It wasn't like that. It was sporadically. But he gave me specifically 8 women and who this is going to reach and the purpose behind it. So that was the whole vision in it. Now you just gotta execute it accordingly.
Right.
And that's it. But to say something about when you said, I think that he gives me visions for and it's not for me, you got to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Some type of way.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't give it to you if you weren't supposed to be a part of it. Now the front end of it, like I don't want to be the face of stuff. Businesses, whatever. I don't want to be the face. But it's my vision that that I have to execute even if I'm on the back end.
Right.
So just understand that too.
Right.
So you
That's why I was saying
become. Go
pray
ahead,
about
bro.
it. No, I was just saying that's why I was saying pray about it. Pray for him to send you. Like she said, she saw the 8 people, but she didn't know who. So you just pray for God to send you those right people to be put in those positions for that.
Pretty much, you are becoming a midwife. Like you're that person that helps people businesses, birthday
That's a good way
visions.
to look at it.
And so you're just that pusher, you're that encourager, like this is how you do. But I was going to say to you, because it's funny that you said that, because I'm looking at you and I'm like, you just be sharing your stuff so openly. I want to do this, and you put it out there and I was like, dang, I love that about Mika, because she just put it out there because what's for her is for her. And it's another cosmetics lady, Crayon Case. And she put her stuff out there and I'm like, when he give me visions, I'll be like, okay, let me just put it here, because I've seen people be like, okay, I'm telling them what it is, and then boom, they got it. Because I was going to tell you, like, I admire how you put it all out there. Like, I want to say it was maybe November, December. He was like, oh, these are the 5 things that I want to do. Some of them didn't happen this year, but I really want to do it. And I was like, wow, she just putting it out there. And then from there, people was in there like, oh, I got this. Like, do this. I want you to do it. And then it got on the road. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I just need to put my visions more out there. But I've had times where I put something out there and then the next person took it. So I'm like, oh, okay, so what do I do there? But then
I mean, you don't have to be specific, because I really don't be like specific. You know what I'm saying? But I do put it out there because I feel like people hold me accountable for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like the makeup and mimosa thing. I put it out there and people was like, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? And I'm like, why did I put it out there? And it was like I had to do it because people was looking forward to it. So I feel like when I put it out there, and this is something that worked for me. You know what I'm saying? It might not work for everybody, but when I put it out there, I feel like my Facebook followers or whoever, my friends, they hold me accountable to get it accomplished. So it's even better for me because it's like, okay, it's people really looking forward to my business.
Right.
That's like motivation.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's motivation in a way for me. So.
And I was looking at that, and then I was like, okay. And then it's also the lady from Crayon Case, and so she gets feedback, and I'm like, okay. And then it just reminded me because you had said something at the Women Bless the Women event. He was like, if it's for me, then the room is already made.
Right.
So it could be you. Just like they say, look down the bread aisle. It's 40 different type of breads, but everybody get their own. So I'm just like, okay, whatever my vision is, boom, just attack it, and then share with those that I know.
Right.
But then also when it comes to dreams, like I've had a dream since I was like a younger child. I sound like Dr. Martin Luther King. I had a dream. But I had this dream, literally, and I was standing in front of this clear podium. Right? I was standing in front of this clear podium, and it was like thousands of people around, and I was speaking, and they was listening to me. So one day, when I had really started like giving words and stuff, God showed me like it's here, and then I'm like, okay, so what does that mean though? And so from that, I say, just like you were saying earlier, that with dreams now I have to kind of slow down because He shows me the end. And then in the middle, I get like, what in the heck is going on? Like, it's not coming. But He like, no. And then it also was echoed to me through Share Your Truth. Because I'm like, Bridget told me a long time ago. And I've never stopped praying, never stopped interceding on it. But to see it come to fruition, it's like, okay, I'll give you the vision. I'll give you the dream. And then you got to start moving the steps because there are things that happen. It's places you need to go to. It's things you need to learn. It's things you need to go through in order to come in through. And life happens, and all of that helps your thing come too. So,
and I feel like too, we all have dreams and visions. I feel like God give us. It could be off the wall to where you might share it with somebody. I don't know if you guys seen the whole Soulja Boy thing where he was showing his video thing, and she was like, "Why you have so many businesses?"
Right,
like,
negative.
They bashing everything that this boy got going, but that was a vision that he was given that he moved forward on. We might not feel like it's gonna make no money. We might feel like I would never buy it, but it's people out there who will.
That will.
You get what I'm saying? So when we are giving these dreams and we are giving these visions, I feel like the thing is that we don't do a lot is move forward with it. Right. We just think that it's just given to us, and it's like, oh, but it's like, no, move forward with it so that you could accomplish it,
right?
Or at least try to. You get what I'm saying? So that's the.
I think that'd be like my problem because God do show me stuff, and like you said earlier, sometimes I be like, it be so big, and I feel so small. Like no way, I'm gonna be like so.
No way, go after that man.
I mean, I know, and so you see all of it, right? You see the end, and it's grand, and it's big, and it's like, dang, how am I gonna get that done? And the part about it is the struggle. You want it fast, or you don't know when it's gonna happen. So I start to get frustrated because it's like, okay, I want this now. I already see it. How am I gonna get it done? It's not coming fast enough. So it just be so much stuff that comes into play that could deter a lot of people, or even myself, from following that dream, from going after it, because you see it. It is big, and you. How am I gonna get there?
Yeah. And see, sometimes I have to tell people this by me, being an entrepreneur. Everybody asks me, I've had a storefront, I had multiple business locations, and people be wanting the big thing now.
Yes.
And it's like you have to start somewhere. You have to start even in your living room. You have to start somewhere. And then you might be in the living room to where you got a whole studio.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But people be like, they want the studio
Now.
And
Because they
it's like,
and
that
then they
ain't the
get
way.
embarrassed.
But
That's
I think
not the
and
way it
they
goes.
see everybody else how their dream is being painted out to be. They have the studio, they have the location.
But they didn't share when they was in the
Right,
in
but
the
that's what I'm
living
saying.
room.
But
though.
that's why people be thinking the way they be thinking, like, oh, well, this person can do, because that person didn't share how they
How
made
they
their way
made
up
it.
there. So they thinking they could skip all of this and just
Yeah.
jump right into it. But it's
Exactly.
like, no.
But
It
then a
don't
lot
go
of
that
that too be that people are going after things that's not for them. That it's
Because
not
of the
their
money.
dreams. They're looking at what they
Yes.
see
Yes.
somebody else have,
Right.
and they only see the outcome. They only see the big picture, and they like, oh, I want that. Like you said, you don't know the struggles I went to get here. I tell you, you know, but you don't know it. But if this ain't for you, baby, it ain't for you. This was for me. This was my struggle. I had to go to get to this place.
Right.
So I think that's something else that we gotta stop going after something that ain't for you.
Right.
When something comes to me, because sometimes it be me. Sometimes it's not God. So when something comes to me, I'll pray on it. And I'll be like, God, is this me or you? Because if it's me, I don't want to do this. Like, tell me if this is you. And if it's him, then he'll give me the clarity on it of how to move, what the next step is. And when he give me a dream or a vision and it's there, he's on me. I can't run away from it. He stays on top of me. I don't care if it's a year later, 2 years later, he come back like, hey, remember a couple years ago I told you about that? I'm still waiting for you to do that. I'll be like, man.
That's something that I'm struggling with because God gave me a vision in 2015. And I've been sitting on it because I'm just like,
See, girl, with 2019.
it's like, I don't know where to begin. Like, I just don't know. And I feel like it's something that'll be.
Do you ask questions? That's the thing too, because you can have all these visions and all these dreams and you hold them to yourself and you don't know where to begin, but you also not asking questions to
That
start.
too, because I just.
So you gotta start.
I do.
somewhere.
I actually do. And I came up with the outline of it and everything. Like, I shared it with Bridget. I think I shared it with you too, Candace. And I'm just like, because I prayed about it and I'm like, okay, God, like, whoever, you know, you want to be involved with this or, you know, give the resources, the tools and everything that I need to execute it, like, please, like, give it to me because, like, with that, my faith, with that vision, I'm struggling with it. Like, I don't know how to move, where to begin, and that's where I've been sitting on it, but God keep me, like, nudging me, like, don't forget about this, like, you gotta do this, and it be in my spirit so strong, but I'm just so, honestly, I'm just so scared to step out on faith to do that vision. I'm just gonna be honest, like, and I think in a way, it's a good thing that I'm scared because I mean it's gonna be big. Like, it's gonna be big.
But how long you gonna be scared?
I don't know.
Because it's 2019.
I know.
You can see the midwife. Look at the midwife.
Let's sit down and discuss this vision.
Push it real good.
If you know that you scared and you came to grips that you know that you scared, now you need to know that this is what you need to do to accomplish it. And that's the big step.
Yeah.
And from there, God is going to show you all the resources and all the people that's supposed to be there, but you haven't even crossed that path.
No, I haven't. You're right.
You get what I'm saying?
And it's like I've seen the end because when I would hear Bridget say all the time, like he'll give you the end at the beginning. I didn't know that was the. Like I vision it. I see it all put together, all the people there, like just making it happen.
So you gotta make one step.
Have to.
That's the thing. I'm scared to do it, and I don't know why. Like I just don't.
But your first step could simply be like research. Okay. Your first step could be getting an accountability partner. Like this is what, like you shared it with Candace, you shared it with Bridge. Like maybe one of them you need to talk to weekly and say, look, and they can give you some insight.
Right.
You know, like you have to. I think with visions for me. Well, going back to what we was talking about earlier, like just the people that could be doing the same thing or duplicate the same things, I look at that like little fish in a big pond. Like I feel like, because one of my friends was just saying that somebody like literally just stole something from her. And I'm like, but the thing about it is he ain't gonna have step 2, step 3, step 4. Like he's not gonna have the next step. He'll have step 1, but he don't have the next steps to follow. At some point he's gonna get stuck, is my point. And then you have the formula. I feel like in your formula is where God gave you the vision, and he's gonna give you the step, give you step by step. But the biggest things with dreams is that it's no action half of the time. So it stays a dream, it stays a vision, but there's no action taking place. And then we think that the action has to be humongous. It doesn't have to be that big. It could just be research. It could be, telling somebody and saying, hey, by this day, check on me because I'm going to have this done. You know what I'm saying? It could be a vision board. Just taking one step to get to the next step. But that's why that's why God doesn't give us the big picture. Because those reasons, like if we know too much, we either get scared or we think we're trying to move too fast. It's just never right, So I feel like God intentionally gives us that end thing in hopes that we'll grab that and take the first step, but completely leaning on him to find out like what the next step is. You know what I'm saying? So I think I believe God has put to become a visionary in me. Like I love to like think of business ideas and stuff like that. But I also found that just because he gave me the vision, sometimes we try to wear all the hats that is a part of the vision. And then it never happens. So I've done that a lot. Like, I'm like, okay, God, that's what you want me to do? Well, I'm trying to be this person, that person, that person's like, no. He may have just called you to be the visionary, but he has people hands-on for you.
That's how.
That's what I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Because the vision might not just but you're the person that is going to write it all out. And then you got the formula. And now it's like the people are going to come, and then you put them in their particular, place. Because with Marching Buglers, I was trying to wear every hat, and we weren't progressing. God gave me the vision, but I wasn't able to move right until like certain people start coming in. It's like, okay, so now I've gotten to a place where I gotta delegate, and I gotta be comfortable with delegating. But when you got something that's your vision, you almost a little afraid to give it to other people. You know what I'm saying? So that becomes a struggle too. But at the end of the day, Jesus didn't do it all by himself. You know what I'm saying? He had to have those disciples with him for a reason. So it makes sense, but it's not the easiest to.
Because he doesn't give us anything to like stress us out and like overwhelm us. And I mean, we do got to go through steps and struggles, but at the same time, like you said, it's the people. Like he gives us and he sends us people to help us.
Yes.
Put that vision out there. And he said in his word, he said, write it down, make it plain. I mean, we got to look at it. When he give it to us, we got to put it so that we see it, because we are human. So we see like out of our human eyes. So we got to make it, whether it's, I'm not big on vision boards, but for me, I will write it down on a Post-it, or, at my desk, I might have little posters around or something that I can see visually. Because now I'm looking at it. It's kind of like you're facing yourself, like when you look yourself in the mirror. You look in your vision in the face, like, okay.
Every day.
And sometimes you ain't the right person right then. Like, in order for something to happen, you got to be the right person at the right time at the right place. So sometimes whatever he's showing you, you're not even qualified right now to do that. You don't have the resources. You may not have the relationships. So like what Bridget was saying earlier, it was like those relationships have to be developed and nurtured over time for this to happen the way that it happened. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like you just got to be a different person and be like, oh, okay, like now I can do this.
It is chapters of your life that you just might be like, I'm with, like we all have like babies and kids and jobs we working at and all of that, and it's like, how do we master that with our dreams and visions at the same time? Because sometimes I might be in the space to do this, and then I might be like, I ain't in the space for that right now. Like I'm just not there.
And that's why I said life is too, because even looking at me just over the last month and a half, and just everything that has happened in my life, like I felt like I put everything on hold. Which I did, but I was just in that space to where I had to put everything on hold. And for me, like the last few days, I've been like, you behind, like like dang, like you ain't getting this done. But it's like, no, you're not behind. Life happens. It's chapters in your life. It's processes we go through and steps we go through. So understanding that all of that is going to fall in place as we're walking in our vision. There's going to be things that's going to fall in place that's going to make us feel like, and not looking at the next person who may be, oh, she 30 and she got this. No, your 30 looks different from my 30. Your 35 looks different from my 35. So you got a different vision than I got, and understanding too when you're telling people God gave you that vision. So other people is not seeing the vision that you're seeing.
It's trusting your process too.
Yeah.
You know, you have to trust your process.
Absolutely.
You know, the process that it takes to get your vision done. The
Right.
thing is with me though, is people have these ideas and these dreams and these visions, and they be kind of scared, or they just don't make no move on it. And it's like, you have to move on it, because it would just stay a vision and it would just stay a dream.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I like to tell people, like, it's gonna stay a vision and a dream.
But it's gonna happen
Until
in
you
the
do
time that it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Even like Jazz, she's scared right now. Like, she's afraid, and I don't. Me personally, when I look at her, I don't believe that she's afraid of the vision. I just think that the outcome of it seems like, dang God, like this is like some big stuff.
Right.
And if I mess up, that's the part. You don't want to mess
You're
up.
afraid to mess
I don't
up.
want to mess up. People just don't want to
That
mess
is the
up.
biggest, that is your biggest teacher.
I know, but you
And I tell people that all the time, like, if you mess up, okay, fix it.
But because it's so big and it's a spiritual thing more than a physical thing. So it's like, I really don't want to mess up. Like, in the physical, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I messed up on your makeup. Like, you can wipe it off. But spiritually, that is something different. So I feel like, I feel like Satan is on her head about it. Like, he do not want this to happen. So that, to me, makes me want to war in the spirit more for her, because it's going to be big. What she talking about, this vision, it's big. When she told me, it's big. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang God, like, you put it in this little body, but it's big. Do you feel what I'm saying? And one of the visions that he gave me, I'm just going to tell y'all, this is big. This is the biggest vision he's ever gave me, outside of my books, outside of everything he's gave me. A woman conference of 100 women. And I said, God. But the crazy thing is, he be giving me time frames. He told me, you're going to do this year in 2019, you're going to do it twice. And after that, you're going to have it every quarter going forward. And I said, God, like, I'm not ready. But he said, you better get ready. And then he gave me a date. And I said, oh Lord, this real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you making it plain. But when he first gave it to me in 2018, at the end of 2018, I wasn't scared. I wasn't afraid. I just said, how am I going to do this? Because I don't have the resources at this moment. I don't have nothing to put into place. I don't have no building. I don't have no teachers. I don't have nothing that's about to do this. And then he started putting it in line. And not only he started putting it in line, and guess what I started doing? I approached the people. And I said, are you going to do this? And people was agreeing. But the thing is, even if nobody agreed, it's still going to take place. So whatever it is, whatever dream, whatever vision you have, it's taking place despite the people. The vision is plain. You just have to execute it to the best of your ability, and then that's it.
Because God gonna do everything that we think is like, oh, how am I gonna make that happen? It's already written, like it's already done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the most difficult part. It's worked out. It's really just showing up. At the end of the day, you showing up.
Steps.
Yep,
Right.
showing up in whatever way that you can.
Yeah.
Like, not putting no pressure on yourself, but God, this is all I got. You're giving me this,
Right.
but I don't have all that in me. This is all I got, and I'm bringing this to the table, and He gonna take care of the rest, because He's not gonna give it to you and not make a way for you.
Right.
That's
Like, that's for sure. You ain't.
That's true.
And then the fact that you told 2 people that are gonna pray for you, and 2 people that see it, that could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that is intentional by God. Whatever Satan's trying to do, that's gonna be out the window anyways, because you done told the whole world now.
Right.
Okay.
But also, what you just said, you also have to discern if it's you or God.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the big thing. That was the big thing for me, because I didn't hear God's voice. We all know that. You know, I was the one like, girl, He didn't tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Because I had never heard. He never spoke to me. So I just used to be like, I mean, this is waist deep. I mean, how do I know that it's God? You know what I'm saying? And when I finally, you know, got a little better with my spirituality and got a little closer to Him, I started hearing Him. I still battle with, nah, that's me. That's me. That ain't Him. That's me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to discern whether it's him or you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that it was a lot of things that I done just to do. You know what I'm saying? I did things just to do. You know, like I remember Bridget was like, one day at Connection Group, you said something about my clip-ins, and I said, God didn't give me that vision.
At least you know me, then you know about it.
I was like, no. She was looking at me like, I was like, no, God didn't give me that vision. That was a way for me to make money, and I did it. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I do. I'm a risk taker. You get what I'm saying? So I'm the type that'll be like, oh, they asking for this, I'm about to sell it. Because 3 people asked me for it, so I know if 3 people ask me for it, 13 people want it.
No, but that's real though, Mika, because you were successful because people were really on.
And I honestly sold that business. I literally built that business and I sold it. Somebody brought blends from me. That's why I don't promote. That's why I don't do nothing, because I sold it. You get what I'm saying?
Deep.
So I know God didn't give it to me. He did not give that to me for Mika to be a millionaire or for Mika to become, you get what I'm saying, on a platform. He did not give me that.
So do you feel like it was a purpose for you to get it started, get it rolling, and then now since it's in the other person's hands, like that's
they may accomplish it. They may reach millions off of it. And somebody was like, what if you sell it and they become a millionaire? I'm like, so?
Oh, I love that.
That goes back to what you were saying. That God gives you stuff, and because you have that get up and go and that not being afraid, you might be able to start.
And I start things for people that are afraid to do.
Yeah. That's a good gift. That's good.
And that could not even be that Blends wasn't a vision from him. It could just be that you are utilizing your gift. So you have that gift to help other people. You have that gift to provide business ideas, business tools, resources to people. So even if you feel like God didn't give me the vision for Blends, maybe you're just using your gift. That was just you, because your gift is hustle. Your gift is making it work.
So put that on the bracelet. My gift is hustle. Yes. I'm buying it.
No, but seriously, so maybe like that's your way of you like actually just pushing your gift out. So you bless somebody else with that.
And that's another thing. I believe that when God give you a vision or a dream, it's to help somebody else.
Absolutely.
So whatever it is, like everything that I do, it's centered around women. It's centered around, I don't care if it's my hair business, I'm trying to make you feel beautiful some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And in that, when I contact you, when we come in contact, some type of God is in there. You know what I'm saying? And then all my books, that's straight up, I'm trying to just reach women. Just, you know what I'm saying? Even though it reach men too, but I'm trying to reach women. Share your truth. I'm trying to reach women. Even though men are watching too, I'm trying to reach women. Like, so everything God shows me, like, the goal is to reach women at the end of the day. So whatever you're doing, so keep in mind that He wants you to help somebody. With whatever vision it is. I don't care what it is that He has given you. He wants you to help somebody in the process. That's why He gave it to you. So if you don't think of nothing, like, I'm scared of this, but think about all the people that you're going to help. Or you're going to reach. Because your vision, it was plain, and you did everything that you're supposed to do. You get what I'm saying?
And the other part of that too is when we don't do it, then I don't want to say it like we're holding other people back, but everybody that's supposed to be a part of that process, they don't get to where God wants them to get because we're scared or because we don't step out. So I look at Marching Beauties, and I hear the women say how much the organization have changed them because they're given an opportunity to change these young girls' lives. And I often think about, what if I never moved? Then this person wouldn't feel as if God is like, speaking to her in a way that now I want to birth my organization. You know what I'm saying? So it flows, and it's God does it intentionally so that when I'm doing, then what I do, that light shines off to, you know what I'm saying? It touches everybody, because you can't, like in this group right here, you cannot be motivated. You know what I'm saying? Each one of us got something else that God is has called us to do individually.
Right.
But I cannot look to my left and my right and not be motivated by one of you guys.
Right.
So that too is very important. And keeping yourself around the right people
Is important.
is super important. Because if you got a vision and nobody around you are I won't say they don't have visions, but if they are not tapping into it, then you gonna lose sight of yours. You know what I'm saying? You gonna lose sight, or you gonna think it's just not, you're not capable of doing it. So yeah, visions are
I
amazing.
agree with you, because even with Women Blessing Women, the thing that keeps it going for me is the feedback that I get from women.
Yeah.
It's crazy the messages that I get, and I mean text messages, DMs, women that I don't know. Like, I literally be in tears when I'm reading it. And for me, I just continue to thank God and say thank you, God, and just continue to move me and use me, because y'all know, I mean, I spoke of it before, but I did not want to do it. I ran away from it for so long. I was like, I do not get along with women like that. Like, Lord, why would you tell me to start something like this called Women Blessing Women that involves women, and I don't get it? So it was just something, and even now, it's the whole thing is helping me and developing me as a woman and helping me grow. But just again, if I didn't do it, or if I'm not continuing to do it, because there's still times that I want to just stop. It's times now that I just be wanting, like, I don't want to do this anymore. But just going back, and I have to go back and continue to read those messages and remember the purpose behind it and who I'm helping, who God is helping, because it's not me, He's using me, but who God is helping through the organization.
I would say that's very important with dreams and visions, keeping the main thing the main thing.
Right.
Like, why am I doing this? If your mind is in it and your mind is on the money, then it'll never be enough. Because there's times when the money ain't coming. There's times when the money is not where you want it to be. So if your mind is on the money, it's not going to happen. If your heart is in the right place and your heart is like, this is when I'm doing it, then you could do it forever.
Yeah.
And so I try to remember that when I get like, okay, I don't know about this. It's like, what is your heart saying? What is God saying to you? And then also who you tell. Being intentional on who you tell. We said this before, because if you tell someone that you are not safe with, like, just think about, for those people who don't have that relationship with God like that, don't tell somebody you're not safe with. Don't tell somebody that you know is not going to encourage you. Or don't tell somebody you know is a negative Nancy. Don't tell somebody that you don't feel comfortable telling. You just like, let me tell them, because I had a time where I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to do this. I'm about to start this boutique. Would you model for me? And the person was like, oh, you doing that too? Such and such did that too. And I'm like, I didn't hit you up to ask you
Who did
who
it?
was doing it, honey. I asked you, would you model? But then I was like,
I don't want you to model.
I was like, oh, like, everybody doing this? Well, let me move on. Because that's what type of person I am.
Right.
That's the type of person I'm like, I'm not about to mess with your money. I'm not about to mess with your money. I'm not about to mess with your money. If you doing this, doing this. So now I'm different. But at first it was like, this is like maybe what, 2-3 years ago? I was like, oh, okay.
And it's
But you
nothing new under the sun.
Nothing
Like,
under the sun.
everything has been done before.
Yes, and people be inspired by different things or the same thing. You know, it might have been done in Atlanta, and you like, I'm bringing that on over here. You know what I'm saying? It might have been done in Wisconsin.
Because I'll leave out of Sephora and go right into Mac.
You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, same products, different things. Different fields, different everything. So don't let that discourage you, because at the end of the day, nothing is new.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing is new. Like, we are. It's 2019.
It's 1,000 braiders out here, but every time somebody got some money braiding.
And we gotta stop that too. We gotta stop thinking that people are copying it. I mean, there are some copycatters.
Yes,
absolutely.
it is.
Don't do that.
No, there is.
There's some vultures out here amongst these.
But yeah, take your attention off of it, but also look at it in a way that
I'm inspiring this person. I know, but the way you got to flip it.
You know, God is going to cause several to do some of the similar things. You know what I'm saying?
This my thing. My thing is this. You can't be. We friends. We are friends.
You ain't being friendly.
Why are you over here stealing my stuff?
I agree.
Why? Like, why?
Okay, what about the ones that's not your friends and they still
I don't care.
So it's okay for them to steal it or take it?
Because I think you should ask me. I think you should ask me how I got to this level or how I did this, and then I explain to you. One of my friends, I'm not lying, she was a model, and she gonna watch this, I'm sure. She was a model in my first thing. I wasn't mad. She got her hair company cracking, and she don't only do hair. She don't only sell hair. She sells boutique stuff. So cool, we different. That's our differences, right? Mm-hmm. Then I go on Instagram, and you are saying the same my slogan.
No, I'm with you on that.
That's a little different. I was
Is it a partition or like just
that's a little different. That's
right?
different. That's
Right?
different.
No. But then after that, because I didn't even pay attention to the part. I didn't even pay attention to that you used my slogan, right? Then you launch your page up to mimic mine. Now there's a problem. Because
different.
My thing is, why is God? My thing is, ask God, why are you allowing her to do this? Because look at the enemy. The enemy trying to mimic God.
But I also feel like this because I feel you 100%. I feel you 100%. But you also have to. This is what, like they said, you got to learn to not pay attention to it. But you also have to feed yourself positive affirmations as to why she's doing this, right? So I tell myself, I executed that already, right? Because there's people that's doing taxes that's doing taking what I wrote on Facebook and will put exactly what I wrote on Facebook on Instagram.
So I can't copy your stuff.
No, because my slogan is by any means necessary. That ain't what it is. But it's more so like how she said it. But at the end of the day, it's like this. How I market myself and how I've been marketing myself. Now that you step into what I'm doing, you doing it just like me.
and
I have a problem with that.
But I think because you gotta have a difference of mindset so you don't get angry, you don't get begrudged if that's a word. So you don't be it could be an affection in you that you like. Okay, this is just doing too much. You inspire that person, and I heard a quote that says you inspire people. You inspire people that act like they don't see you, and it's people that will go through my page.
she watching the Instagram.
OMG. So people, no, I know people see that.
I don't like the fact that they don't pay homage.
Hold on, wait a minute, little Kim. I was saying something.
They don't pay homage. No, that's
I'm about to be Nikki real quick. Hold on.
Anything that I would say, EJ taught me this, or Bridget,
I will tag the person. I'll tag the person quick.
Don't make it seem like you just
did it.
popped up and this is yours. You get what I'm
But
saying?
I'm saying those people are interested because, like I was saying, me with my little bit amount of followers and a little bit of likes and videos, I see people copycat, whether it be
So you won't get mad?
No, it's funny to me because me with my little bit amount of followers, whatever it is, I inspire you.
Right.
Like, oh, you like this. You didn't like it because you thought, you thought because of the nail style, I was going to think, oh, she's biting. But I know you biting. It's cool because it's for everybody. It's for everybody. How that? But for you guys, since it's business, I'm not losing no money. I'm not losing no money off of it.
I'm not even tripping about the money. I'm
Business is business.
I'm not tripping about the money, and I don't even feel. I feel like whoever she's gonna reach, she's supposed to reach, and whoever I'm gonna reach, I'm going to reach. But it irritates me. It makes me want to say something because you're my friend.
But let me say what I just heard God say, that she ain't the first.
Well, she ain't the last.
Because as you elevate and as God puts the spotlight on you more, it's going to be about 50 more of them.
But think about what Jasmine
But you also got to understand, you executed that part already.
And it shows how important you are.
You're an inspiration.
And it's not just you, it's the gift in you. You know what I'm saying? It's the gift.
But the flesh will get agitated because that's how
it will. And that's why I said you need to follow.
And that's why I
don't
said,
copy her.
That's when you go to God and you ask God, this is my friend. Why are you allowing her to do everything that I'm doing?
She never reached out to you.
That might be a conversation.
And I'm saying,
No. She told me when she started selling. She said, "God, I just want to tell you, this is before she started selling. I just want to tell you, God gave me a vision to sell hair, And when she said that, I was like, cool. If it's God, it's God. Like, God is going to make it happen. But I don't believe that God is showing you things that I'm doing for you to do.
God didn't tell her
Or
to go on your page to mimic it.
And when I looked at it, I said, Lord, wait.
He couldn't.
I said, hold on. This is too much, Jesus.
But guys, trust me, there's a message in that.
It is. I'm telling you. It's
Ain't nothing you did wrong. It's just something that God is going to show you that.
right.
But I
gotta
I
take
get
that
it.
up with God.
That's how
And
you
that's
do it
your
before.
irritation.
It'll drive you crazy.
If not, you
irritated
gonna
about
keep
this.
annoying yourself.
Yes.
You gonna keep being irritated. She
Yes.
doing what she doing.
She ain't worried about you. She don't worry about you.
because she
This
already
is what
told
I'm
you.
working on right now. That's what I'm telling
So
you.
she
Lord.
making sure she good. She not
It's
over
not
there
good.
No,
irritated.
it's gonna.
So
Yeah.
No,
why are
he
you
told me the
irritated?
answer. The answer is you are. I'm telling you, but that don't mean I'm not irritated just
No,
because
I
he gave me the
get
answer.
it.
Right. He said you the secret sauce.
Period.
Everybody could be doing whatever you're doing,
Period.
but you're the secret sauce.
Period.
But I'm still like,
And see, let me tell you something. That is exactly why I like you.
You got hot.
Because no matter what, you still gonna say like, don't mean because he gave me the answer, don't mean I'm still not irritated. It's gonna be
Right.
some people like, well, Jesus said, so I'ma just let it go. And I just let it go. Because Jesus said, let it go. You get what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's their
And that's
voice
the
media.
I don't know. But that is the authentic part that I
Virgin,
love.
yeah.
Because even though he told you what it was,
Right.
you still is human. You're still human. And
Right.
you still gonna say, I still got an attitude.
Right.
I know I'm the sauce, but I still got an attitude. People don't do that. They don't do that. They don't do that. They say God told them to do it, and they shut it down as soon as God told them to do it.
Right.
And it's a lot of people in the world that could do that, but it's a lot of people in the world that's gonna still feel
Some type of way.
even though he gave you the answer.
I think plenty of people that told me don't
It's a
trip, don't
growing-
trip, and
it's
y'all
a-
telling me don't trip.
It's a
and I'm
growing
like,
process.
Yeah.
At some point, you will get
Agitated.
God said that's it, and that's it.
I had to move
But
from that
you gotta
spot
it's a problem.
of being agitated. I had to move from being agitated because I'm like, I'm just being me. I'm just being me. This is how I get out.
Yeah.
You're copying me. And people see you more than they see me, and it's cool. Like, but it just affirmed who I am, that I already am all that I am.
Right.
And that when I shine, when I get on that level and you're able to see me, you gonna see where the duplicator came from. You see what I'm
But see,
saying?
then sometimes feel like you duplicating her. Because now people seeing you after they
But like
so
Soldier said, the receipts is the receipts. I've always been me. I've always been me. I'm that light that just was a little bit hidden that you didn't see it. But when I get on the scene and I show up, it's gonna be like, dang,
That's Bridget.
authentic light.
That's Bridget.
But like I said, there wasn't no money and no businesses available, so I wasn't mad.
My encouraging word for dreams and visions would be one, not to give up and not to rush through anything. Like we said earlier, you were able to see the big picture and we wanted so fast and we couldn't get ahead of ourselves. And when you do that, you can step out of what God has already written for you, what God has already planned. So take your time, don't give up, and just trust the process.
That's good. Mine is you are qualified for whatever dream, whatever vision that God has given you. You're qualified to do it, no matter how big, how small you think it is. You are qualified, and you the secret sauce. Just know that you are the secret sauce. So it could be millions of people out here, okay, doing what you do, but I'm telling you, you the secret sauce. So can't nobody do it like you. Just know, can't nobody, even if your best friend got the same dream or vision, can't nobody do it like you. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you, okay?
That's true.
Like, the anointing is on you. Just
There you
period. Like, if God gave you the dream or vision, the anointing is on you in order to accomplish it to the best of your ability.
Mine would be focus. Focus on what you have to do, what God has given you. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Don't look to the people that are doing the same thing that you're doing. Get the vision from Him and execute it to the best of your ability. The steps that you take forward are moving forward. No matter if you're moving in snail steps, you're still going forward. So shut it down, and whether you need to shut down social media, whatever you need to do to get your focus, to get them friends out your ear that's telling you to stop, whoever, even your parents sometimes, just shut it all down and focus on what you have to accomplish and go for it.
I'm gonna say enjoy the process. Back to what Candace said about not rushing. Enjoy the ugly, the pretty, the heartaches, the bad times, the good times, the relationships you're going to gain, you're going to lose. Just enjoy the process, because when you have a vision from God, there's a process that you have to go through, and understand that God is there in the midst of the process with you. So understand that if He's there, He's going to make sure that you'll get through it. So just enjoy everything that you're going through.
I would say, and I need to be telling myself this too, just have the courage and the faith to do it and trust the process, especially if God did give you the end at the beginning. It's something that I'm seriously currently struggling with right now. So I'm gonna just do what I have to do, pray on it, pray about it, listen for God, and just let Him guide my steps.
I would say, once you hear the vision from God, seek confirmation, ask questions, meaning ask God in prayer, what is it that He wants you to do right now, today, and write that step down. Find an accountability partner.
Yes.
And keep yourself encouraged throughout the process. And don't be afraid to slow down, or if He's telling you to like connect with these people, like if He just takes you out of your norm, be okay with that, because the part of the vision itself is not going to go farther if you're not constantly growing. You have to be willing to grow and take on the challenges that it comes with it, because if you don't, then you're kind of blocking what God has, that picture that He gave you. So I would just say, write it down, ask and seek God, question Him, if you're confused about anything, and look for confirmation.
That was good. I would say my encouraging word is don't be afraid to fail. Sometimes we don't start because we just already set ourselves up for the failure, just having that whole, what if I do wrong, or what if I take this, take a wrong turn. And for myself, I would just say failure is your best teacher. Anybody that has done anything has failed. Don't really too much worry about the people who have not done anything, because they're not going to understand failure. Only the people who have done something will understand how many times you have to fall to get it right, or how many L's you got to take to get that W. Right. So at the end of the day, when you are given a vision, and you are given those dreams, react on them as slowly as possible. You are going to have that bigger picture in the beginning, and you probably want that bigger picture in the beginning, but understand that failing is your biggest teacher. That's my encouraging word.
That was good.
This is Share Your Truth.